Hey guys, PC games guy here. Gonna do my first tutorial. Been getting a couple requests on the modding pack, DLC pack, version 1.2.0.0, Albo 1125's pack. I know there's a tutorial on this, probably many, but I'm gonna do what I would do if I'm installing a add-on car in the game. So I'll go through how I do it, and if it helps somebody maybe easily understand it better, then so be it. I'm sure I don't do it the same as somebody else, but it gets it done, and we'll run through the add-on aspect, and I'll probably do a replacement vehicle and ped replacement or ped add-ons as well in another video, another tutorial. So let's get started on the add-ons. And first you're going to see, here we are in LSPDFR, the modding pack, modding DLC pack version 1.2.0.0. Just scroll down here on the right, we can download the file. I already have it downloaded right here. So here's what you'll get in the file. You get the meta templates. I've added the audio hash, and we'll go over that. May or may not need it, I don't know, but I use it as explained in other videos that I've seen. The car variations, siren settings, I really haven't messed with those. I haven't need to. Template for car variations, .meta, template for peds, and template for Vehicles.meta. Those are the files that we're going to be using. This README here pretty much explains everything that you need to know. I know it can be a little hard sometimes going through it, but this is pretty much what we're going to be following along doing, and I'll reference this as I go just to make it sense for what you already have in the folder to what actually is going on. So as you can see here, we're going to do to add on new add-on vehicles that are not in the game by default. Example, Police 20. We're actually going to do Police 22. That's what I want to put in my game. It's going to be a state trooper pack that has a livery texture of New Jersey State Police, and it's going to be a 2013 Tahoe. So I do not have one of those in my game, and I was looking for one, so I figured I'll do the tutorial on that. So inside the PDF, as we can get started here, we'll do add-on, and it'll take you right to here. Here's the Albos tutorial link right here. And for number 1, add vehicle models, drag and drop vehicle models into open full IV. I call it open IV. Some people call it 4. And then edit mode in the following location. So it's be Grand Theft Auto 5 mods update X64 DLC packs modding DLC RPF X64 levels GTA5 vehicles RPF. Okay, that's where you install the car. Alright, so we will open up OpenIV, obviously for Grand Theft Auto 5. Okay, so we're in Grand Theft Auto 5 here. So let me okay. So we'll go to the address that I had read off in this PDF right here. This address right here in number 1, which we went through right here. So that address there is where we're at in here. Okay, GTA5, vehicles, and here are all my add-ons or replacements that I have in the game. So like it said, we're going to hit edit mode, upper right hand corner, and then I'm going to drag in. Here's where I'm going to get the 13 Tahoe from. Now here's the download folder that I got. So I'm going to go into the 13 Tahoe, and as you can see, these are made for FBI 2. So this is what I do just in case I need to change something later or I forget. I'll create a text document, and all I'll say in my text document was FBI 2. That's it. Nothing inside of it, just reminding me that this was an FBI 2 car. All right, so we'll start off with our ELS, and that is going to be what we're going to name it. Police 22. Police 22. Oops. We have to make sure we get what's in front of the underscore when renaming. Alright, so that's all of them. Police 22. Okay, we got one more. The YTD file, which holds our textures. Alright, so that's all of them right there. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll split this screen here. So now, as you see, we have our cars on the right here at the folder which we put our vehicles in from the PDF. And I will select these 3 files, all Police 22. We will move these over into our vehicle slot. Right, and they will come in here at the bottom. 1, 2, and 3 right here. And I like getting the textures done right away so I don't forget. And also the ELS file. So ELS, pack default, here's all my ELS XML files. And I will move Police 22 over here as well. Police 22 in your ELS file folder. Okay, so we go back to our vehicles. And I will go into Police 22. Double click. And here is the Explorer in this, the 13 Tahoe in this pack. Nice vehicle. As I said, I don't have one in my game, and it's an older vehicle, but I do like it. So that's why I'm putting it in the game. All right, so we'll go down to the YTD, which is right here, Police 22 YTD. All right, and we were already in edit mode. So I right click and I edit. I think you can also double click if you're in edit mode. All right, so here's all our textures. So we'll just find where the texture is, and it is right here, Tahoe underscore sign underscore 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and replace, and I will find the folder in which I downloaded, and I believe, let me just make sure here, New Jersey texture pack. And here it is right here is the folder of my texture that I downloaded. And I'll go in here, go into the Tahoe. Here is the texture right here. So I'll select it. hit open, and there is the new texture. All right, come down here, hit save. Obviously, if you're not changing the texture, you don't have to change the texture. And then I'll come up here to my Police 22, and I will double click, and there is the texture for what I'm putting in the game. A little bit different texture than I have in the rest of the game. This is by, I forget who this is by, Cameron Hendry 5. But I use a lot of the not AJ NJSP textures. So, but it's okay. It's still a good texture. I like the vehicle, and it'll be a nice addition to the game. All right. So now that we have the vehicle in the game, we've changed the name of the vehicle, and we've changed the texture, which you may or may not do. Now we have to do, anytime you do add-ons, you're going to have to do the car variation. With an add-on also, you're going to have to do the vehicle.metas. So how we're going to do that is we are going to go into back in our PDF, and number 2 states car variations dot meta. Entries for the vehicle go in this path: Grand Theft Auto 5 mods, update x64, DLC packs, modding, DLC common data. All right. So this states, if the vehicle download does not include a custom car variation meta entry for the vehicle, you must add one from the template folder inside Albos install folder under template underscore car variations.meta. See below for further information on how to add the lines. So we're going to go over that. So we will go to the path that it had stated. So we're going to go right here, mod GTA5 mods, update x64 DLC packs, modding, DLC, common, data. Okay. Now, when you mess around with stuff, obviously, make backups just in case. I mean, I know this is a modding folder, it doesn't have anything in it when you start, but it's always good to make backups on anything that you do. But you also do have it in the original locations outside your mods folder. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to click on car variations, and actually before we do that, we're going to go into the meta templates inside modding DLC pack version 1.2. Okay, so here is the folder right here, template underscore car variations. So we're going to right click that, we're going to hit edit, and in here is actually one car variation. That's it. It's just one, and it's labeled police. So what we're going to have to do, make this bigger, is we're going to take what's inside this variation data open bracket, and inside where it closes, variation data. So that's the closing bracket. So whatever's inside there. So item, highlight everything in between. All right, and then we're going to close it on the bracket here. I'm going to Control C for copy, or you can right click copy. So we'll right click, copy, and we can close out of that. All right, now that we have that copied onto our clipboard, we can come over to Open IV, right click on the car variation, edit. And as you're going to see, these are all my car variations that I have in here. If you have nothing in here, you can add your first one after this green line. It says add custom entries here. Just add it right after that and then fill them in. For me, I'm going to go down all the way down to the bottom. If you have multiple in here, just click on the after the last closed bracket item, and I hit enter. And then I will right click and paste. Now, as you can see, there'd be this yellow bar showing you what you just put in, and just make sure the last item is this closed item bracket and then your variation data closed bracket. You can scroll up for this car variation, and right here I have my last closed bracket and then my open item bracket. And as I stated before, I renamed this car Police 22. So we're going to do Police 22 right here. And that is it for the car variation. Come down here and we'll do save. All right, so once we have that saved in carvariations.meta, now we have to do, since it's an add-on, we have to do the Vehicles.meta. So going back to the PDF, we go down to step 3. Vehicles.meta lines go in Grand Theft Auto 5, mods, update, x64, DLC packs, modding, DLC, RPF, common, data, levels, GTA5. All right, so going to the spot what I just mentioned. Here is the Vehicles.meta. So once we arrive there, we can go over to our modding DLC pack version 1.2 folder. Right click on the template Vehicles.meta, and what we do in here is, remember back when this original car was an FBI 2. Sometimes there are issues where sometimes it's weird and I just put a plain old police vehicle.meta in and it works fine, but I try to stick to this method first. So FBI2 in this vehicle.meta inside the template, we want to, I usually do Control F and I search for FBI2. Right. Once I find the model here, FBI2, I will start with the open bracket item and I will highlight. Now you got to go slow because you got to see where the next vehicle starts, and that's where you want to end. So car variations the vehicle.metas are a little bit longer than the car variations. So this is where the FBI2 ends, right here, right before the open item on the felon. So I will highlight that. I will copy the FBI2 vehicles.meta. We will come back into open IV, right click, vehicles.meta. We'll go to edit, and same difference in the vehicle.meta. You can start right after the green text here, put your entries in between the open INIT DATAS, between the open and the closed bracket INIT DATAS. So my last closed item is right here. So I will hit enter, and then we will right click and paste the FBI2 file right here. So I have my closed item and then my closed bracket INIT DATAS. Scroll up to the beginning here, again using yellow bar as a reference, And here is the FBI2 model name, FBI2 TXD name, the handling ID, and the game name. So what I do is I change the model name to Police 22, the TXD name, Police 22, and the game name to Police 22. All right, I leave the handling ID alone since it was made for an FBI2 car, and that's the handling ID it used. I will leave that the same. Okay, now this is where I told you about that other, the other folder in the template. So we'll go split screen again here. Okay, this is the audio hash right here. Now you'll find that right down here, right in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines down from the game name. As you can see, if I open the audio hash, this file will show up here. Let me just make this font a little bigger for you. Okay. Audio hash, police, close bracket, audio name hash. I'll put this in the description. That way you can copy it if you want. You just replace this right here. It says audio hash. I just highlight it, delete that out, and then paste, copy and paste what I have here. Again, I'm not sure if that's needed, but I picked up on it. Somebody said they did it, so I started doing it. So we'll do that. I put that in there. That's just the way I do it. Once we have that all done up here, we can click save right down on the bottom right. Close that out, All right, and so in this we have covered, let's go back up to one, add vehicle models, car variations, and the Vehicles.meta. If it comes with handling lines, you can go to number 4. You can add those if it comes with custom handling.meta lines, and you can go on from that. You can ask me if you have any questions on that in the comments. But honestly, that's pretty much it as far as putting in the game. Vehicles, car variations, Vehicles.meta, and if it's an ELS car, we did that. We also changed the texture of the vehicle. All right, so with that said, let's jump in the game and we will see if it worked. All right, guys, we are in the game and we're going to spawn Police 22, which we named our car. And we're going to see if that actually comes in and everything worked out well. Come right over here and spawn it. That's probably my favorite car right there. The CVPI Crown Vic. All right. Anyway, we're gonna go to into my trainer here. Actually, no, I'm not gonna use the trainer. We'll use the console to spawn Police 22. All right. And it came in. Now, also, a little trick that I've learned, sometimes you can do for the first time, if you use the command and you do spawn, and you do, we'll do spawn and warp Police 22. I think it's spawn and warp. Is it spawn and warp? Yeah, spawn and warp Police 22. Now what this will do, it'll put you in the car as you spawn it. Now if you spawn outside the car, you did something wrong, that will prevent a game crash if you try to get into the car. So first things first, if you install a car, you can do spawn and warp, the vehicle name, space, and then the vehicle name. And if you go in the car when you spawn, everything should be good as far as preventing a game crash from messing up your Vehicle.meta or anything like that. So we'll do spawn and warp police 22. And as you see, we are in the car, so everything should be okay. So what we're going to do is I have a clean and wash set on my keypad. Alright, everything looks good. Pretty nice vehicle, I like it. Little old style Tahoe. Kind of almost like these a little bit better, if not better than the other ones, but we'll see. Go around here, make sure the lights work. Stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. Alright, looks like all blue lighting, not a Christmas tree effect, but nevertheless, I do like it. Alright, so that's stage 3, and we'll do the siren. Siren 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so that is the tutorial for the add-on through Albo. And I'm just looking now, I can actually retexture that to match the color that I have in the game, a little bit darker blue, and the blue's a little darker. But alright, any questions, please comment below. If you do anything different than I do, I'd like to hear about it. I like learning new things, so I hope this is going to help somebody out as far as installing an add-on. And I'll try to do other tutorials as far as replacements for PEDs and replacements for vehicles. Alright, you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching.